Oh, that smile. Oh, how I will miss that smile, that joy, that quick wit that really brightened a room. I will also miss that hard driving, committed, talented, just incredibly capable and smart person who I worked side by side with for so long. When I left Papahānaumokuākea, I really hoped to leave Papahānaumokuakea and the leadership of that site to her because I knew she would carry on all the values, all of the legacy that so many had built, that we really worked so hard to create. Hoku's truly one of a kind. The world is less because she's not in it. And even though she leaves this gaping hole for all of us, she also has left an example, an incredible example of how, when you really put your mind to it, you can do anything that you want to do, and how incredibly able and capable we as Kanaka are. Hoku, I miss you, and I will always miss you, but you will always be with me and all of us who knew you.
Hoku left a lasting impression on many of us who worked with her, and very naturally transitioned those work relationships into friendships. She impacted so many within that professional space, and being a beautiful connector and conduit between people, different interest groups, agencies, there were really no boundaries to the spaces Hoku could dance in and out of. She also could lighten a room with her laughter, her ease of conversation, and that specialness about her that put people at ease. I loved her silliness, especially in those very professional and formal spaces, knowing it was necessary to balance the weight and responsibility of the work we do on behalf of our Hawaii. Though her contributions were many in the successes of Papahānaumokuākea and the business of agency, research, and management, it was those gifts of kindness, laughter, silliness that set her apart and she's fondly and lovingly remembered for.
Hanui loa to my friends in Hawaii. I am honored and grateful for the opportunity to be able to talk about our friend Hoku, our own personal glowworm. She could warm up an icebox, and that's exactly what she did many times between Fish and Wildlife Service and NOAA. I remember one time going into the not so warm and fuzzy federal building, and she had her feet up on Matt Brown's desk, the bridge. Hoku and I always said we wanted to share some Jack Daniels together. We wanted to share some Jack Daniels together on Midway. We were there many times together, and we never got around to it. Well, now we're getting around to it. Except I'm going to share it with each one of you guys. And here's to our friend Hoku, our own personal glowworm, who reminds us that no matter how dark it might seem in our lives, there's always a space in us that can bring warmth and glow and kindness into the room, into ourselves, into our relationships. I love you guys.
Hoku's kindness and laughter, and as Annabelle puts it, our own personal glowworm, was what you were greeted by. But then as you dug deeper and peeled back the layers of what that laughter and silliness masked, you found this hard-working, dedicated, intelligent woman. Dr. Misaki Takabayashi, a professor, fellow researcher, and friend, says it best as I quote her. Hokuala certainly was a force of nature with so much potential. She also made significant footprints for people whom she inspired to follow in natural resource management. I love that she was unapologetically career-minded, but somehow balanced her own integrity and success in the federal agencies. She was incredibly generous, but super quiet about it, and I've witnessed her generosity in so many ways with her time and friendship. It's not often that we come across people with such a big heart. I didn't know Hoku as intimately as many others did within the agency daily grind, but was very fortunate to work with her in small ways within the many spaces we both shared through NOAA, the Hawaiian Culture Working Group, the Reserve Advisory Council, our intertidal research project and expeditions, community engagement and outreach, and of course the family of friends that developed because of those shared spaces. Hoku always blew me away and amazed me in her unapologetic professionalism, as Misaki put it, and the way she balanced holding and honoring this very clear line of the importance and seriousness of the work she contributed to. And even though she brought this lightness and laughter, you quickly recognized the unsaid message of, "Don't mistake my silliness for ignorance or stupidity." She was very serious and dedicated to the work she did. She believed in it, understood and lived it. That integrity and the values she held most definitely influenced others in strengthening or joining that mindset to support and advocate for our Hawaii.
Yeah, and what I'm going to remember most about Hoku is how she defended not only Papahānaumokuākea as a sacred space, but she did so through her values. And those were values that match up with the values that are emergent from that space. You know, she truly understood that realm and how to protect it. And she did it every day in an amazing way.
Outside of the daily workings of management and agency business, Hoku helped build capacity within our communities as well as within the agencies to expand knowledge, research, relationships, and the broader community that cared for and about Papahānaumokuākea. She advocated for community-inclusive projects, helping to build into the system the needed and irreplaceable contributions of community participation and perspective. She was integral in establishing support for our decade-long intertidal partnership, which focused on the Opihi fishery and our hopeful vision of sustainable, healthy intertidal that will continue to feed our people for generations. Hoku was far-reaching, within agencies, and across our pipeline.
You know, she was involved in a lot of different projects within the monument. I think most notably the Opihi monitoring project. I know she was very influential in things we learn in Papahānaumokuākea, how they can be applied to our main Hawaiian Islands and how we can compare and contrast these things. I think along with the other people that I think we will miss the most is her intelligence and her wit, her smile, and her laughter, or her ability to make the rest of us laugh as well.
The legacy Hoku helped build and grow would not be what it is today without her support, vision, contributions, love, kindness, hard work, and dedication. And though I am only able to share a very small piece of her professional life, it encapsulates the essence of not only the meaningful work Hoku did, but the impact and impressions she leaves behind. She is both recognized and honored by our U.S. Senator Brian Schatz, Governor David Ige, Lieutenant Governor Josh Green, and the many who worked beside her and called her friend.
Hokuala, you live in every memory I have of Papahānaumokuākea. Your leadership and courage to be yourself made you the best to take the lead, lighting up the room with laughter and getting things done. You never put any scientist or person on a pedestal, and I truly admired you for that. You might not have known it, but your deep aloha for Papahānaumokuākea helped me grow my pilina through embracing the amazing moments revealed by our Kupuna Islands and our Pai'aina. You encouraged me to dive in and always charge. It's one of my greatest honors to share these fond memories with you as we scaled the shoreline on each island and had each other's backs every time. Hokuala, your humor and charm are one of a kind. Mahalo piha for showing us the depth of heart and passion you had. As we learn to live with the grief of your loss, I think of you joining the ranks of our hulu kupuna. I will always see you in the first elele messenger manukai who greet us as we approach land or while on the shore. You're the mama school of Ninue clinging against the sea cliffs of Nihoa. You're our laughter and smiles resonating among the rocks. You're the waves that keep us humble and make us maka'ala. You're the cool ehukai carried on the breeze, embracing us throughout the day. You live in the pilina we grow to each kapakai we're fortunate to know. There is always a pair of tubbies for you, T, our forever ocean lady love. Ke aloha nui a oi a me ko ohana a mauloa aku.
Ahui hoe Hokuala. Each and every time we look up at the night sky, we will smile at the sound of your laughter.
Mahalo nui for your friendship and for sharing your beautiful soul with us. We will forever carry the best of you and promise to always seek out and give the deepest aloha to anyone who carries pain and sadness in their hearts.
We will miss you so much, sister, but we will always remember you. Me ke aloha pau ole.
Pat.
Ke hao. Kamehana kala and na ilima Springer.
imo hokuala ha'o wau yaoi iluna e o ke au hoku kai mana I ka lani imo hokuala ha'o wau yaoi.
E ku'u wahi ho'opili I ka ehukai, he kua na'u I ka awana I ka hiki e. E ku'u wahi ho'opili ki ala hula o Hawaii loa, ua nalo wale iho nei. Aue ke aloha e. Ua ha'alele ia me ka wai aloha, ke ku nei ke aloha me ka mana'o. Mana'o au I kau ma ka unauna, a I ka leipua mai ole. Aue ke aloha e. Aia la oi ke alo o nā pali, ka pali ai alo o ni hoa. Aia la oi I makalai o mi noi noi o. Na iau I ka hali aloha e ka wahine holomo ana. Aue ke aloha e. Aue ke aloha e.
O ngā whetū Waikari po Waikapu